Hi, I'm Beth, and welcome to my channel where I discuss all things Mounjaro, weight loss, and health. Today, I'm going to share with you the 3 biggest mistakes I made on my year-long Mounjaro weight loss journey. You can save time, money, and effort by learning from my mistakes. Now, lots of us have been on weight loss journeys before. For me, I've been on a weight loss journey my entire life, but this one's different in the fact that it actually works. Lots of things about these meds took me by surprise, and I'm going to share those with you in this video. Now, I should say at this point, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a lion tamer, I'm not an astronaut. I got rubbish careers advice. The point is, I'm not a medical professional. This isn't medical advice. Speak to your doctor before you start any new medication and follow their advice throughout. Now, let's learn from my mistakes so you don't make the same pitfalls. If you're new to my channel, I should say that I've been on Mounjaro for over a year now. I took my first jab in May 2024 when I weighed 14 stone or 196 pounds, and I'd reached my goal by Christmas 2024, and that was 10 stone or 140 pounds. Since then, I've been in maintenance. I currently weigh 9 stone 9 or 135 pounds, making a total weight loss of 61 pounds. And here's what that looks like. I started taking Mounjaro purely for health reasons. At the beginning of 2023, I had a pap smear which came back positive, and I needed precancerous cells to be cut out. For that operation to take place, it needed a general anaesthetic, for which you need to have a reasonable level of blood pressure. My blood pressure was found to be sky high, and that's purely because I was obese. I stood the chance of not being able to have a life-saving operation purely because of my weight. They weren't sure it could go ahead. In the end, it did, but I promised myself that I would change my weight for the sake of my health. For the rest of that year, I white-knuckled it and dieted hard, and in the entire year, I managed to lose 14 stone. Thankfully, the following year, in April 2024, Mounjaro came out in the UK. I took my first jab and I haven't looked back. I'm no longer overweight, I'm no longer pre-diabetic, and my blood pressure is in the healthy range. Now, since these things have made such a dramatic difference to my health, I've become an evangelist for them. I really want to share them with people and to tell you how you can use them most effectively so you can also turn your health around.
That is it. I am going to do this. I am going to get thin. Witness, 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 witness.
When I first started taking Mounjaro, I was drawn to YouTube videos with titles like I lost 50 pounds in 5 months, I lost 100 pounds in 10 weeks, and I started to beat myself up that I wasn't losing weight that quickly. In fact, I actually lost weight on an average of 1.5 pounds a week, but of course that was faster at first and slowed down to a trickle towards the end. About a couple of months in, I started to wonder why I wasn't losing weight as quickly as other people. I got there in the end, that was pointless. Some people are hyper responders and they lose weight very quickly. Good for them. But no one gives them a cookie. Even if they did, they wouldn't be able to stomach it. In fact, unless you have a pressing medical need to lose weight quickly, it's probably better to lose weight slowly, and I'll talk you through the reasons why that is. The advantage of going slowly is it gives your mind and your body time to adapt. Significant weight loss leads to loose skin, and your body needs time to shrink back around your new weight. Also, and I don't think this is talked about enough, there is huge psychological impacts of weight loss of this kind. I'm only just getting my head around it now. People see me differently, and I see myself differently. Body dysmorphia is a whole other video. I finally achieved something I've tried and failed at my whole life. I now have the time and mental energy that I used to spend counting calories and obsessing about my weight to spend elsewhere. These are big changes, so give yourself time to adapt. Going slowly also gives you the chance to adopt new habits. What you eat, when you eat, how you shop, and the exercise you do. Forming new habits takes time, and the longer you stick to them, the better. These habits will help you maintain your weight loss in the long run. So, in short, slow and steady wins the race.
You little
There are 3 sites Eli Lilly tells us to inject Mounjaro, and that's the upper thighs, the abdomen, and the back of the upper arms. There's very little research into which site is more effective. Eli Lilly did a sample size of 54 people, which is not enough to give a conclusive result. You'll hear a lot of talk online about which is the most effective injection site. The reality is it varies widely between different people. Yours might not be the same as somebody else's. For the first few weeks of injecting Mounjaro, I only did my upper legs. I only did one thigh one week and then the other thigh the next week. I did that for about 6 weeks until I thought I'd try something new. I tried my abdomen, no real difference. Then I tried the back of my upper arms, and it really made a big impact. It was like taking the meds from the first week. The side effects were higher, but so was the appetite suppressant. I think one of the reasons I never needed to titrate up beyond 5 milligrams was because the back of my arm has proved to be a very effective site. Now, again, I alternate by week and I never do exactly the same spot. If you do the same spot, you risk building up scar tissue. If you inject into scar tissue, Mounjaro is not absorbed as well by the body. So my advice is to cycle through the injection sites until you find one that is very effective for you. As with a lot of this journey, it's trial and error. Take a risk and try something new.
Just a wild stab in the dark, which is incidentally what you'll be getting if you don't start being a bit more helpful.
If you're enjoying this video, please take a second to drop a like below. It really helps my channel. The original advice when taking Mounjaro was to titrate up dose every month. That turns out not to be necessary. In the first couple of weeks, I lost 10 pounds on 2.5 milligrams, but the next couple of weeks I took these meds, I didn't lose anything, and I thought, oh, I've stalled, I better titrate up. So I went up to 5 milligrams and I started losing weight again. On reflection, I think it was a mistake to titrate up at all. 2 weeks isn't really a stall. I think my body was just trying to adjust to quite a dramatic weight loss. I'm pretty sure if I'd have stayed on 2.5, I'd have still kept losing weight. It's better to stay on the lowest effective dose for 2 reasons. 1, the lower the dose, the fewer the side effects, and 2, if you choose to stop taking Mounjaro, it makes it easier to taper off. If you're under the care of a doctor and they advise you to increase your dose against your wishes, then discuss this with them. If they then insist, consider changing doctor. I've changed doctor before here in the UK on the NHS. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it in the end. If there's one thing getting a grip on my own weight has taught me, is that we're all in charge of our own health. It's very important that we learn to advocate for ourselves. If you want to jumpstart your weight loss without titrating up, you could try some of the things I suggest in this video. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next one.